Hello guys, this is Tap Explorer. So I am back from Kiev. Now, what can I say about Kiev? First of all, the city is stunning. Actually, I didn't notice how beautiful Kiev was on my first visit there 3.5 years ago. And now I finally had the opportunity to experience the city's grandeur. Gorgeous architecture, amazing food, vibrant nightlife, warm people, and now great beer scene as well. Kiev has a lot to offer and most definitely worth a visit. And did I mention the price? Yeah, it is cheap. Sadly, being trapped in a constant political turmoil and not being appreciated enough as a mainstream tourist destination for most Europeans and even less so Americans, the tourism is not blooming. But I think it's actually a good thing. Being a little bit off the beaten track, Kiev keeps its authenticity and charm. Now, I know that being born in Ukraine, I actually have a great advantage of speaking the local language, but most of the tourist oriented places do employ English speaking personnel. The menus in English is very common in restaurants and bars, and of course, Google Translate can be great assistance in the communication. That is where the preparation and research came in handy, and I do hope that my videos and maps will help you in this task. Unfortunately, I was unable to visit all the craft beer venues in the city and ended up getting to even less places than I wanted to, but I guess that's not really feasible for a short 3-day trip, which to be honest wasn't fully dedicated to beer. Now, regardless to the quantity of Ukrainian beers I've tested on this trip, a total of 43, boosting my untapped Budmo badge to level 39, I was really impressed by the quality and variety of styles. Boldly experimenting with the newest world's beer trends and diving headfirst into the competitive and not so welcoming market, with most of the general population is still sticking to the traditional and conservative views regarding beer and alcohol consumption in general, I can without a doubt say that Ukrainian craft beer scene is definitely on the rise. All thanks to local craft beer enthusiasts pushing the industry forward, insisting on using the natural products, breaking stereotypes, and rising the level of awareness for the craft beer. And now I would like to share with you my own personal impressions from visiting some of the Kiev's best craft beer venues. I will do so without ranking, simply listing the bars according to the order I visited them. Drunken Munkey. Being the first bar I visited during this trip, plus being one of the newest ones to open in Kiev, I can tell that I was genuinely surprised. Such a great place. Equipped with 20 taps, the current tap list displayed on a large modern digital board. You can pick between sitting in a bar or a stylish cellar restaurant area, equipped with booth style seating for small or large groups of people. The cellar is strictly non-smoking, which is a huge plus for Eastern Europe, but they do have a dedicated smoking area. Very nice and service-oriented staff, super polite and knowledgeable, providing some nice suggestions for craft beer newbies. We chose to sit in the cellar area and were handed a printed and up-to-date version of the tap menu. All beers were served in two sizes, 250 and 400 milliliters, priced around 1.5 and 2.2 euros respectively, with imported beers slightly more expensive. I was able to taste 10 out of 20 taps, which were mostly good, with a more noticeable example such as El Cava, a coffee stout by an excellent Philosopher Brewery, Bandera de la Gran Colombia by MedBrew, a rich and hoppy double IPA, and very solid Harbuz Pumpkin Ale by K&F. Pancraft. Visited the same night as the Drunken Munkey, again a cellar type bar, divided to the bar and 3 or 4 large rooms with a lot of seating space, stylish exposed brick walls, and vintage arcade machines. Modern industrial style tap board displaying a very nice selection of Ukrainian craft beers, again available in 2 serving sizes. No local craft beers in bottles, but an eclectic selection of famous world brands were available from the fridge. Oh yeah, and the food and typical bar snacks on the menu looked very nice. I managed to taste only 5 beers at Pancraft, with 2 of them being exceptionally good. The first one was Double Trouble, double IPA by Kiev and contract brewery Ditko, and the second one light and refreshing Raspberry Goze by Gonza Brewery called Malina Goze. Tsipa na Bessarabci. Sadly, I wasn't able to visit the famous Tsipa Tap House, but instead ended up crashing their other place, located in the middle of Bessarabski Market. It's a small 10-tab bar with very limited seating, but a super cozy and friendly atmosphere. The bar is very easy to find. You can spot the huge Tsipa logo painted on the bar wall in the form of a chubby, cartoonish looking chicken. I was happy to meet the first Ukrainian beer sommelier, Andrew Kisel, whom I previously met on my first visit to Kiev. And he was behind the bar serving the great selection of high quality Tsipa beers, including some of the newly brewed specials, and time just flew unnoticed. I really enjoyed my visit. Ended up storming the fridge containing an impressive selection of Ukrainian craft beer bottles, including some rare exclusives. I ended up tasting 8 beers there and taking home 15 more bottles. The notable highlights of this visit was the excellent and super fresh Duplex Citra Hazy Imperial IPA by Philosopher Brewery from Kharkiv, Tsipa Hrusha, an experimental milkshake IPA with pears, brewed by another Tsipa bartender, Nikita Sergeyev, and last but not least, a very interesting black IPA with Cuttlefish Inc., brewed in collaboration with Gremlin Brewery, also from Kharkiv. Old bar, pretty much invisible from the main street, and somewhat unpresentable and even maybe unattractive from the outside, the central bar is a great place to spend the evening. Large space, divided to several darkly lit intimate rooms, nice bar area, and several huge fridges filled with bottles, both local and international, most of them in a pretty good condition. I had 10 beers there, mixing draft and bottles, with a few exceptional examples such as Stopover, a sour ale with local grapes by Varvar Brew, collaborating with Brazilian brewery Cervejas da Ora Vida, Robin Goodfellow, a heavily spiced beer with rosemary and lemon by Hoppy Hawk Family Brewery from Odessa, Enigma Single Hop IPA by the Philosopher Brewery, which, to be honest, I was extremely impressed with. To sum this review, I would rate my expectations versus reality experience as great. My research has fully paid off, helping me to focus on more interesting places, know what to expect, and find the best time to visit the bars. I definitely will be back to Kiev, hopefully next year, for more deepened acquaintance with the craft beer scene there. I would love to meet more local craft beer enthusiasts, finally visit the breweries, and maybe even one of the craft beer festivals there. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to keep updated on more great beer destinations. See ya. Cheers.